Today on All Things 80s, if you have this, do you really need this? Welcome back to All Things 80s, and if you've been following my channel, you will know that I was quite late into starting to collect these Masters of the Universe Origins figures, but since making the decision to go ahead and collect them, I've been all in, and whatever they've released, I have picked up. And today, we have had this Eternian Palace Guard deluxe figure arrive. And it got me thinking, if you have this already, Man-at-Arms, do you really need this set? So in order to answer that question, I'm going to have to get these opened up and do a quick side-by-side comparison to see if really you do need to be spending extra money on something you pretty much probably already have. So before we burst these out of the packages, I thought it's worth talking about the packages themselves. So all the standard figures thus far have come on the same card back, same bubble. Now the deluxe figures are a different story. Up until this point they've all come on just an enlarged card back, whereas this one has come in a nice box. And it got me thinking, why weren't the other deluxe figures released in boxes? I really don't know, because the additional equipment is no more than the other deluxe figures that came on card backs, and this is just such a much nicer way of presenting things. Now, ironically, when this was first announced a month or two back and the pre-orders opened up, I got mine for, let me just check actually, this was $16.99, and I believe the latest wave of standard figures that are currently on pre-order, those figures are costing $18 or $19. So this is actually a very good deal. But it just makes me slightly annoyed that the other deluxe figures didn't come on or come in boxes, because the card backs, they are so big, they get dog-eared and floppy and all that. Not that I keep mine in package, but I'm just making a point. So anyway, I'm going to get these things opened up and we'll do the side-by-side comparisons. Now, straight out of the pack, there are enough differences to suggest that these are two entirely different characters. And if you are looking for a huge Masters of the Universe display, having two Eternian guards is no bad thing. Now, interestingly enough, the standard issue Man-at-Arms came with the painted on moustache, and this is obviously one of these Mandela effects, because I have not looked at or thought about Masters of the Universe figures in over 35 plus years, and I always thought the toy had the moustache. Turns out I was completely wrong. Obviously the cartoon, he had the moustache. The figure that was released back in the day did not. So for the Origins, they've done like a bit of a combination. So they've given us the figure as he appeared in the cartoon with the moustache. So as I said, there are enough differences like this to justify there being two figures here. However, with this deluxe, we do get the components to make one of these without the moustache. So I'm going to go ahead, get this new one set up to look just like this one, and then we'll see if it is worth having them both. Okay, so now I've got the new one done up to look like the original Man-at-Arms, obviously minus the moustache. Now, if you are buying this new deluxe set just to get this head, I don't think it's worth doing. For me, I will be displaying this one with all the new gear and the masked head, just to make it look like a separate figure. However, there is one slight difference. On the backs of the helmets, the original release Man-at-Arms has a different sculpt on the back of the helmet to the new one, so there is a difference there, but obviously in terms of display, you're not going to really see that. So for me, despite the fact that the original toy looked like this, but I thought it looked like this, this will be my Man-at-Arms figure, and I will use this new one done up with all the new bits and pieces and the new mask just to be a generic Eternian guard. So for me, entirely worth having the two figures. If, however, you are buying the new deluxe set just to get this head. 16 bucks, that's up to you whether or not you think that's good value for money. For me, the 16 bucks has been well spent on getting a different character, a different figure, and that's how I'll be displaying them. So obviously, if you want to have the toy the way you remember it as a kid, go ahead, spend the 16 bucks, get this head, and stick him on the man-at-arms. But for me, I like it with a moustache. So anyway, that was a quick look there. I guess if anyone was wondering whether or not it was worth getting this new set, well, hopefully this video helps you make your decision. So thank you all for watching. Special thanks goes out to the patrons. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.